Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Mod Warframe. Today we're going to take a look at the Grineer lever action pistol, the Marelok. Now the Marelok is a shortened sidearm version of the lever action rifle, the Grineer. And the slightly bizarre thing is that the Marelok is better than the Grineer in pretty much every single way. So in all honesty, I would recommend ignoring the Grineer, apart from mastery, and going straight for this as a very solid sidearm. Now the Marelok is hugely accurate, meaning that shots over long distance are very easy, provided you don't start putting mods on such as Magnum Force. And it comes with a 6-shot magazine, which means that reloading is something you're going to do very often with the weapon. However, with a reasonably short reload of 1.7 seconds, you're never out of the fight for long with this thing. Also, the fact it's a single shot lever action weapon, the time between shots is very, very good, meaning that you can deal with groups of enemies fairly easily. Plus, with the very reasonable recoil on the weapon, keeping the Marelok on targets while unloading the magazine is very, very easy. Now the Marelok does mainly impact damage, meaning it's awesome against heavily shielded targets like the Corpus. However, the awesome damage that this weapon puts out anyway, it can deal with pretty much any enemy on the star chart, with not many problems whatsoever. Now the weapon also comes with a very, very high status chance of 30% at base, which means once modded, especially if you've got the dual stat event mods, the weapon is going to proc its status a lot of the time, meaning that the damage potential of this weapon goes up hugely. Now the Marelok's acquired through clan research in the dojo, which means to get this you are actually going to need to be a member of a clan, and the weapons also comes with a fairly hefty mastery requirement of 5, which means that newer players is not going to pick up this weapon very, very quickly. However, I would recommend picking it up as soon as you're able to. It's also fairly expensive to build, because as part of the requirements, it needs a former. It also requires 5,000 polymer bundle, which can be a fairly long farm to get, and not particularly easy. Okay, so let's mod the Marelok. We'll go with Hornet Strike, we'll go with Bow Diffusion and Lethal Torrent, and then we'll go with Convulsion and Heated Charge. It brings up the radiation damage you need against the heavier armoured units in the Grineer, such as your Bombards and their Napalms. And then we'll go with Expel Grineer, just for that extra little bit of damage against those Grineer targets. Now for Corpus, we'll go with Hornet Strike, we'll go with Lethal Torrent, we'll go with Barrel Diffusion again, but this time we'll go with Convulsion and Deep Freeze for magnetic damage against those heavily shielded units in the Corpus. And then we'll go with Pathogen Rounds for the poison damage against the fleshier targets like your Corpus Techs and things like that. Now for the Void, again we'll go with the 3 standard mods, Hornet Strike, Barrel Diffusion and Lethal Torrent. But then we will go with Pathogen Rounds and Convulsion for corrosive against the heavier armoured units in the Void. And then we'll go with Deep Freeze, just to deal with some of those shields at the higher end level in the Void. Okay, so on to what I feel is the most important part of the video. Would I recommend this weapon? And the answer to that is absolutely, categorically, yes I would. I feel this is one of the best and one of the strongest sidearms in the game, and with the fact that it comes with a standard with a V polarity, means that modding this without the need for former is very, very easy. However, putting former onto this can only serve but to improve this weapon a lot. Now the huge accuracy at range, the huge damage, the insane status chance, which you can get up to nearly 90% with the correct mods, all of these make the Marelok a formidable sidearm, and definitely not one that should be overlooked. Now I've seen people talk about this having low accuracy at range. Personally, I find the accuracy, even at long range, is more than enough to deal with enemies reasonably. 9 times out of 10 at long range, I'm going to hit the target anyway, which I'd class as very, very accurate still. However, every person has their own definition as to how they feel accuracy is on a weapon. This is just how I feel about it personally. Now, although the material cost to this weapon is fairly high, I don't think that anyone that picks up this weapon will be disappointed whatsoever. It's great fun, and it's useful well into tier 4 void missions, up to about 40-45 minutes in survival. And it's well worth doing a former build on this weapon, something that I plan to do in the future, and I will upload a video once that's done. But for now guys, have a great day, bye bye.